She's changing bandages when she hears it through the door. Two nurses whispering. "I don't care what Dr. Greaves says. I don't trust that Parker woman with our VIP patient." Angela Parker's hands don't shake. They can't. Not anymore. Before we dive deeper, hit that like button and subscribe if stories like this pull you in. Drop a comment. Tell us where you're watching from. These stories reach further than you think. 3 weeks earlier, Angela walks into St. Mary's General Hospital for the first time. The fluorescent lights are too bright. The silence is too loud. She's a registered nurse. Top of her class, 5 years experience. References that could fill a book. None of it matters. The nurse's station goes quiet when she approaches. Conversations drop to whispers. Eyes dart away. She recognizes the pattern. She's been black her whole life. "Excuse me," she says, voice steady. "I'm Angela Parker, the new nurse. Could you direct me to the head nurse's office?" The blonde nurse looks up. Blue eyes widen. A practiced smile spreads across her face, the kind that never reaches the eyes. Down the hall, third door on the right. That's when Angela meets Dr. William Greaves. Salt and pepper hair, white coat so crisp it could cut, steel gray eyes that sweep over her like she's a stain on his pristine hospital. "Dr. William Greaves," he says. No handshake. "I trust you've been properly oriented to our protocols. We maintain very high standards here at St. Mary's." He walks past her before she can respond. Her mother's voice echoes in her head. "Baby girl, you're going to have to fight twice as hard as everyone else, but don't you ever let them see you sweat." Here's where it gets worse. Every day, Angela gets the difficult patients, the racist ones, the ones who scream slurs while she checks their vitals, the ones who've made 2 other nurses cry. She handles them all. Every day, Dr. Greaves finds fault, reviews her charts twice, questions her judgment, makes comments about diversity hires, just loud enough for her to hear. She doesn't break. One afternoon, she's assigned to Mr. Johnson in room 305. He starts screaming the moment she walks in. The N-word echoes down the hall. She changes his dressing anyway, checks his vitals, does her job. Dr. Greaves is waiting when she comes out. "Everything all right in there, Nurse Parker? We heard quite a commotion." She meets his eyes. Mr. Johnson's vitals are stable and his dressing has been changed. "Is there anything else you need from me, Dr. Greaves?" For just a second, surprise flickers across his face. Then the real test arrives. Thomas Edwards, room 412. Skiing accident, both arms broken, VIP patient. That's all anyone will say. Dr. Greaves assigns Angela to his care. She knows it's a setup. If she fails, she's gone. If she succeeds, they'll find another reason. But Thomas Edwards is different. He watches her work with sharp, assessing eyes. Asks questions. Real questions. "How long have you been at St. Mary's? How have you found it? Is the hospital living up to its prestigious reputation?" She's diplomatic. Careful. Dr. Greaves bursts in before she can answer, all false warmth and saccharine concern. "Mr. Edwards, I trust Nurse Parker has been taking good care of you. We only assign our best staff to our most distinguished patients." Angela's jaw clenches. She's never been his best staff before. Mr. Edwards' eyes flick between them. Something unreadable passes across his face. "Indeed, Dr. Greaves, Nurse Parker has been exemplary. I was just asking about her experiences here at St. Mary's." The doctor's smile falters, just for a second. Over the next few days, Mr. Edwards becomes Angela's sanctuary. His room is the only place in the hospital where she can breathe, where someone sees her as a professional, not a problem. One afternoon, while changing his bandages, she hears those nurses outside his door again. Who knows what she might do? But we can't say anything. They'll just accuse us of being racist. Her hands tremble. Mr. Edwards notices everything. You know, he says quietly, a person's true character is revealed not in how they treat their superiors, but in how they treat those they perceive as beneath them. He holds her gaze. The view from this bed has been illuminating. Then comes the emergency surgery, high-stakes operation, board members observing. Dr. Greaves personally requests Angela to assist. She knows it's a trap. They're waiting for her to fail in front of everyone who matters. The surgery begins. She's focused, precise, anticipating needs before they're voiced, years of training taking over. Then she sees it. Dr. Greaves's hand is trembling. He's about to make an incision. The wrong angle. She sees the patient's anatomy in her mind, sees what will happen. Split-second decision. Dr. Greaves, her voice cuts through the operating room. Every eye turns to her. Perhaps we should consider approaching from a different angle? The patient's anatomy suggests it might be safer. Silence. Dr. Greaves stares at her. Anger flashes in his eyes. Then something else. Recognition. He adjusts his approach. The surgery succeeds. She just saved a patient's life by correcting a senior surgeon. In front of witnesses, in front of the board. She also just ended her career. Nurse Parker, Dr. Greaves's voice is ice. I need to see you, in private, immediately. He leads her to a private room. By chance, or fate, it's Mr. Edwards' room. The door closes. Dr. Greaves explodes. How dare you question my judgment in there? His face is red. Spittle flies. Do you have any idea who you're dealing with? You're lucky I don't have you fired on the spot for such insubordination. Angela stands her ground. Dr. Greaves, I was simply doing my job, the patient's safety. Your job? Your job? He's shouting now. Your job is to follow orders, not to... Think you know better than your superiors? This is exactly why people like you don't belong in a prestigious institution like St. Mary's. People like you, there it is. You're here because of some misguided attempt at diversity, he continues, not because you have any real skill or knowledge. Dr. Greaves. The voice cuts through the room like a blade. Both of them freeze. Mr. Edwards is sitting up in bed. The quiet patient. The man who just watched and listened for weeks. His voice carries an authority neither of them have heard before. I believe you've forgotten where you are. And who you're speaking to. Dr. Greaves goes pale. Mr. Edwards, I didn't realize you were awake. I apologize for disturbing. Oh, I'm very much awake, Dr. Greaves. I've been awake for quite some time. Long enough to observe the disgraceful way you and others in this hospital have been treating Nurse Parker. The air changes. Mr. Edwards, Dr. Greaves's voice trembles. I assure you, there's been a misunderstanding. There's been no misunderstanding. Mr. Edwards' eyes are steel. What I've witnessed during my stay here is a clear pattern of discrimination and harassment. And it ends now. Dr. Greaves stammers. Who are you? Mr. Edwards smiles. No warmth in it. Someone who has the power to make or break this hospital's future. And right now, Dr. Greaves, I'm not feeling very inclined to support an institution that allows such blatant racism and unprofessional behavior. The pause that follows could swallow worlds. My name is Thomas Edwards. I'm the CEO of Healthcare United, one of the largest healthcare conglomerates in the country. Angela's knees almost give out. Healthcare United owns 17 hospitals. Controls hundreds of millions in funding. One word from Thomas Edwards could shut down St. Mary's forever. He's been watching this whole time. The dominoes start falling fast. Emergency meeting, mandatory attendance. The auditorium is packed. Staff whisper and stare. Dr. Greaves is escorted out by security. Suspended pending investigation. Thomas Edwards stands at the podium, arm casts and all. What I witnessed here was deeply troubling. I saw a culture of discrimination, bias, and unprofessional behavior that has no place in modern healthcare. He pauses. Every eye in the room turns to Angela. The treatment of Nurse Angela Parker is not an isolated incident. It's a symptom of a systemic problem. He announces immediate changes, mandatory diversity training, complete overhaul of hiring practices, full investigation into discriminatory behavior. Then, the final announcement. Lastly, I want to introduce you to the person who will be leading many of these changes. Nurse Angela Parker has agreed to take on the role of Chief Diversity Officer at St. Mary's. The applause is deafening. Angela stands, walks to the front. Her legs are shaking, but her voice is steady. I stand before you not as an adversary, but as a colleague who believes in the potential of St. Mary's. The road ahead won't be easy, but I'm committed to working with all of you to create a hospital where every staff member feels valued. 1 year later, Angela stands before a packed auditorium at a national healthcare conference. She's no longer just a nurse. She's a leader, a change maker, a voice for every healthcare worker who's ever been dismissed because of the color of their skin. A year ago, she begins, I was a nurse on the verge of giving up. Today I stand before you as living proof that change is possible. That one voice can make a difference. Thomas Edwards sits in the front row, fully recovered. When she finishes, he approaches with a warm smile. You've not only transformed St. Mary's, he says, but you've reignited my own passion for this work. Back at St. Mary's, there's a new mural in the main lobby. Diverse healthcare professionals working together. A plaque beneath it reads, Diversity is our strength. Inclusion is our commitment. Compassion is our calling. Angela pauses before it. The journey isn't over. The work never stops. But she's not alone anymore. And that makes all the difference. Thanks for watching. If you felt this story, like, share, and subscribe for more stories of courage and change every week. Tell us where you're watching from. Your city might be next. Until then, stay strong and keep fighting. Some battles aren't won with weapons. They're won with dignity, with persistence, with one person refusing to be invisible. Would you have done the same?